starting a new hole right here. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this guy sold 6 of these embossed milks for $20 total. Okay, we're getting down to the split script layer. This one is halfway intact anyway. Okay, I found another broken amber Coke. Undoubtedly from Clarksburg. And I found a piece of a 10-pin soda. And this little bottle and a doorknob and some kind of a lid and another lid. I don't think I found a very good spot this time. It's 4 feet deep at least. I'm about to hit the bottom and I'm finding melted stuff and very few pieces of Pepsi's. Okay, we got a big one coming out. Surprising because everything is melted and pulverized. Okay, it's embossed. I think this is actually a late bitters from about 1919. Well, it's intact, so it's at least a $5 bottle. Well, I dug up this odd metal thing. I don't really know what that is. Well, I found a half-size insulator. A miniature insulator. I've never seen one like it before. It is really unusual. And it seems to be in mint condition too, so that's a plus. I don't know what this is worth because I'm not an expert on insulators, but it's going to be about 1910 to 1915. Well, we're in West Virginia, which is the marble state. And this is only the second one I found. But this is got to be a 1910 to 1920. It's a pretty nice looking one, isn't it? Nothing wrong with it either. Well, here's a bottle stuck into a clump of rust. This is just a really bad spot, but it's definitely an undug layer. So, and here's a piece of a jug, kind of interesting. And here's 4 more I found. Well, that's about it. I guess I just picked a bad spot. It seems the better stuff is up that way. But I think I probed every foot of this whole dump. But I guess I'll try it again, because there might be a little spot someplace out there that haven't been dug yet that's going to have some Pepsi's. Okay, I'm at the complete opposite end of the dump, right next to the trail. It's a very shallow area, but that's good because that 4.5 foot stuff was pretty hard work. Okay, some bottles are starting to show up already at only 15 inches, but they don't look very old. But they're whole. Definitely late 20s. And a milk bottle. Well, there is some of those Pepsi's from all the way up to 1925, and well, I found a ball jar, so that's pretty good. It's a triple L, and it seems to be in mint condition, so that's probably a $10 or $11 jar. Well, I thought these bottles were from the late 20s, but apparently I just found a beer, and it isn't a pre-prohibitional beer either. So it's got to be 1932 or 33. So that is surprisingly modern. And here's a Larkin soap company. So that's the only truly decent bottle. Well, the jar. But the 8-ounce corktop pharmacy. And we got some kind of big corktop bottle coming out right now. Doesn't look that old though. Definitely 1931 era. Well, that's quite a lot of bottles for a 2-foot hole. Too bad they're a little bit too modern. But this is worth a couple dollars. And this is worth a couple dollars. And this is worth a couple dollars. And we found one of these Castorias. And a McCormick & Company. That's always worth something, just because there's collectors of McCormick bottles. So I guess I'll tunnel out this side now. Okay, I see some embossing under here. R-E-Y-P-N-E-R. Rainers, Pittsburgh is what I can figure out. I don't know what that is, but it's got to be pretty old. It came out of this side, so that side is where it gets older. This has kind of an odd top. I've never seen a top like it before. Well, I just found this down deep too. And that to me looks like early 40s. But it can't be. It could be early 30s though. But yeah, it's still pretty new. Came out way down there. So apparently this dump went from 1915 to 1932 at least. Okay, it's time for hole number 3 for the day. I don't think I'll be able to finish it because it's probably 2 hours till dark. And this is a big one. But here it is, before and after. Well, I've been digging an hour and a half and I just now finally found something interesting. Look at that. PC for Pepsi Cola. Look at that green color. Imagine a 1924 Pepsi that color. It is the only Pepsi bottle from 1905 to 1927 that is green. So that is a very highly desirable bottle. Well, there's a piece of a Fairmont soda. Well, several pieces of these Pepsis have shown up in the regular aqua, not the green. And here's a piece of a 10-pin. It's embossed. And I just found this marble. A giant marble. Pretty crazy. I think it's actually Bennington. I found a Broma seltzer. Nothing special, but it is a pretty sparse hole. Okay, I think it's a White House. What? It's not? It's blank? I don't believe it. Well, I just found this one. It's not embossed, but it's kind of an interesting one. And 30 seconds after that, I found this. I think it's a doll nursing bottle. It's embossed with something on it. Well, that's about it. I tunneled it 1.5 feet in every direction. And it's almost dark, but I guess I'll probe around a bit. Okay, I just found another spot. It feels better than most of them. I think it's going to produce something good. It's sort of like a Pepsi layer because there's so much glass in it. So, on to the 5th hole for the day. Well, I'm only 5 or 6 inches deep and I already found this. The Victor Bottling Works, Worthington, West Virginia. That has got to be a very valuable bottle. Worthington is a very small town that's about 4 miles north of here. Oh my god, I just found the ultimate rarest one there is. It's fat and it's super thick, and look at the embossing. There's a similar one that has embossing like this, but not with the slug plate, not blown in a mold, and not as thick as this, and it doesn't have PC on the bottom. This is the rarest of all the Pepsis. And here's yet another type of Pepsi from this town. These are fairly scarce. Well, the fact that we only found this one piece out of 5 holes tells you that. A broken Pepsi that's close to being intact, actually. This is one of those rare opportunities where there's a Pepsi hole. The Pepsi company dumped here, but this time they mixed it up and put a whole bunch of different kinds of bottles out. It's another that I've never seen or heard of before. Another Victor Bottling Works, but with the watermelon slug plate. And definitely says Worthington, West Virginia. That would have been a very valuable bottle.